Welcome to It's Your Time. For the next few minutes, the focus is on you, your needs, your feelings, your life. It's wonderful that in this moment, you've chosen to make yourself a priority. So let's begin. Episode 3, Honoring Your Feelings. Permission. It's one of those things very much associated with children. Perhaps a parent or teacher weighs out the moment at hand and makes the choice to give a child permission to do something. As adults, there are certain instances, maybe as an employee or some other situation, where we're given the green light to begin or to continue doing something. But in our daily life, where we are in charge of ourselves, do we think much about permission? We might contemplate the consequences or ramifications of something we'd like to do. We could seek advice from a family member, friend, or colleague, and somewhere in the conversation, that person might say, "Go for it!" And that feels good. It's nice to be understood and supported. Still, in terms of permission, it's really up to us, once we become adults, to examine our life and how we live it. And if in the midst of it all, we realize our expectations of ourselves are perhaps out of proportion, well, then it's also up to us to make some adjustments if we truly want to find relief. Each day, I like to take a few moments to think about what I'm grateful for. There are so many reasons for the gratitude I feel, and there are many different levels of gratitude. The simplest, most basic ones are the easiest to overlook, yet they're the ones that profoundly affect the way we live the hours of our days. Gratitude gives us perspective, invites us to step back, widen our periphery, and take in a much fuller view. When faced with hard challenges and difficulties, our periphery tends to narrow. Thoughts become laser-focused, and understandably, our perspective can shift as we deal with the important issues at hand, which take precedence over everything. It may be difficult to register gratitude in those moments, and again, understandably so. But in those times, when we might be waiting for an outcome, or we're just on the other side of one, in those moments, there's something within us that so often gets stuffed down or pushed away, and that's our emotional pain. If we're waiting to know something, we might be using our coping skills so efficiently that we don't express any of our worries. Instead, we repress them. And if we're on the other side of a rough situation, we might not want to admit to ourselves how much it affected us, only to repress those feelings. I believe gratitude is the door to many things, and I believe that permission is one of them. We can be grateful for the ability to give ourselves permission to cry, permission to feel and express fear, permission to hurt and to ache. We can be grateful for the ability and the willingness to acknowledge what feels bad. And we can also be grateful for the ability to give ourselves permission to lean on others when we need support. I hope you'll give yourself permission to do what is helpful for you. And I hope you'll be grateful for the ability to do it. I hope you'll honor what upsets you and give voice to it in some way so as to acknowledge it. Your feelings deserve that acknowledgement. Whatever safe and healthy ways you can be kind to yourself in times of great challenges, you just might be surprised to find that it did benefit you in the long run. Just as we can be grateful for our strengths, we can be grateful for our ability to find relief and support when we're not feeling our strongest. So, in whatever ways you choose to honor those feelings, remember, it's your time. This has been It's Your Time with Stacy Beyer. Please join me on Friday, December 18th at noon Eastern for episode 4. Take care.